This is where Star Wars crossed the line. Not with a movie, not with a show, but with these. And once the Black Series Blue Line arrived,
who gives a shit?
There was no going back.
Apparently, the Orange Line feedback was that blue was more aesthetically pleasing. They added a piece of side window to make the figures on the shelf appear more aesthetically pleasing.
You could visualize them better.
01 was Sandtrooper, Black Pauldron.
What?
The stormtroopers riding the dewback had a gray silver pauldron.
Yep.
The black pauldron was actually these aren't the droids you're looking for.
He got duped.
Yes, he got duped. Funny you say that because this guy is a dupe of the Orange Line with a different color pauldron and a slightly different configuration of dirt on his armor. Otherwise, it's a repaint of the Orange Line Stormtrooper.
And if anybody out there knows what the difference between the orange and the gray and all that is, drop it in the comments. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Number 2, Darth Vader.
Finally, like, how did we make it all the way through?
Yeah, how did they not add him to the Orange Line? But whatever, they were trying to perfect him. So, Darth Vader. Helmet is removable.
What's under the helmet?
What's under the helmet? The white pasty old Anakin, whose head looks like a Humpty Dumpty eggshell. What's cool about this one is that it's a 6-inch figure, but they actually made him taller than the other 6-inch figures.
That's awesome.
Which is very cool, because in the movies, he is taller than most other living men. One downside of this one is there was nowhere for him to hang the saber on his belt, which is a letdown, because if you want to display him like this with his saber, you can't. I guess maybe if you're crafty, you could somehow glue a hook on his belt. I don't know.
Does the lightsaber coming out of the...
Yeah, so on anything with a lightsaber in these, as far as I know, the ones I've opened, the lightsaber is removable from the hilt, the blade. It's just a little nub and it goes in the hole and that's it. So you can display it any way you want. Overall, this is a pretty good looking Darth Vader. The chain around his neck, it might be a little big versus how it appeared in the movies, but you'd have to really nitpick and look for that. But overall, it looks pretty dang good.
It looks like a real chain. It's not painted on.
Oh, you mean like actual metal? Crazy. No cost cutting there. How the world has changed in 10 years, man. Like,
yep.
It's all these figures seem to be getting cheaper.
Yep.
Unless they think it's going to be a cash cow, they just don't put any effort into them. They're really bad. Or they have really bad supervisors that are not holding their people accountable at Hasbro, which is
drop your comments.
Very likely.
Drop some comments on whether you think it's the people at Hasbro or the supervisors.
Yeah, or both.
They should take an imperial approach to making these things.
What, Cassian and Kino in a factory doing slave labor to make toys? Overall, I have no complaints about this, like nothing. This is a pretty good Darth Vader. It's the first 6-inch Darth Vader as far as I'm aware. We already have, 2 Luke Skywalkers.
Yeah, and it took them like 15 figures to get there.
They wanted to perfect this.
Well, now that they just keep shoving them down your throat.
Yeah, now that they have, there's like 72 different versions of Darth Vader amongst the Black Series lines.
Moving on.
Moving on to number 3, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Okay. This is probably the worst Luke Skywalker that...
He's special.
Yeah, dude, it's really bad. Couple things. He doesn't have the Jedi robe at all. So what that leads me to believe is this was supposed to be he turned himself in and we found him armed.
When he was on Endor.
Yeah, only with this. And we were just talking about this. In this figure, he's wearing his black glove, okay? When he goes into Jabba's palace, he's not wearing the glove. He wears the glove after he gets shot in the hand on the skiff. It makes sense he doesn't have the robe. Some people weren't happy about that, but timeline-wise in that movie, it makes perfect sense. The other thing, his shirt apparently opens up. I have not opened this, but it's supposed to open up so you can display it either pre-Emperor on the Death Star or during that whole period of time in Return of the Jedi. His lightsaber there is a hook to hang it, has a removable blade just like Darth Vader. I think they made all the lightsabers that way. From the neck down, it looks good. Orange Line Luke Skywalker's looked better than this one. All you really get is a lightsaber. And this was $20 like R2-D2 with 45,000 accessories, and they're the same price. I don't think this one was very well done and the face and the head. But that's my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And that's pretty much it. That is literally all I have to offer. You open up the blue line with something almost everyone's going to go after, and then you come out with this. And then you maybe take your losses, and then you move on to the next one. And actually, they had Darth Vader number 2. So you had 2 definite good sellers, and then this. With the orange line, they never formally released Chewbacca. Okay, so number 4 is Chewbacca. I did have a dupe of this, and I decided I'm not going to try to resell it. I want to actually open it up and check Chewbacca out. Overall, it's a really nice sculpted Chewbacca. They did, I think, for the time, fairly well with shading his fur. So he has different colored fur in there. The bowcaster, let me try to remember. I think it's at least 2, but I think it's 3-piece bowcaster. You got to put it together. The bowcaster works well in both hands. Just like Vader, he stands a little bit taller than the other standard 6-inch figures in the line. The only thing that would possibly make this better is if the figure had actual fur. It's a good sculpt. They got the waviness of the hair correct. It looks pretty good for being solid plastic. And the joint lines are hidden really well on it, I think. So overall, I like this version of Chewbacca, but it's the only version that I've opened and actually handled and messed with the joints and whatnot. But it's pretty accurate for Chewbacca as far as a figure goes.
Awesome. And Chewie's just a staple for those early movies.
Yeah, you never knew what he was saying. You just had to go off of Han Solo's responses. What I did like was in Solo, when he's choking him out, trying to drown him in the mud, and you're like, you speak Wookiee? That's awesome. I thought that was really cool. I'm looking at the prices on these figures from the 80s now that are unopened. Some of them are like over $1,000, man. I'm like, holy crap. If you want to protect your investment, I recommend purchasing a pet or acrylic protector. I order all my protectors now from Katana Collectibles with a K, like the blade. I'm happy to bring her business if I can because I've been very happy so far. So, Katana Collectibles. Check them out. Anyway, well, that's 1 through 4 of the blue line.
Be sure to hit the like button.
Like the smash button.
Like the smash button. Drop a comment. Tell us if you like these videos or not. Help us make better videos. We'll do what we can. And until next time, may the Force be with you.